Coach Devin here. It is Thanksgiving weekend. That's Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. For all my American friends, we have Thanksgiving a little earlier than you guys do. So we have it in early October. That means it is Thanksgiving weekend this weekend for all of us here in Canada. So, question that I get all the time, what do you do about Thanksgiving weekend? Because it tends to be a time you're with your family. There's lots of food. Everybody overeats. You're eating like 2 plates of stuff when you usually eat 1. How do you minimize your calories? How do you make a good choices? How do you, not blow your diet completely? That's what we're going to talk about right now. Before we get started, please click the like and subscribe down below. Look, I do this because I have been a trainer for 26 years. I want to be able to share knowledge and information with people out there that are not just my clients. This is just my passion. I love doing it. So please hit the like and the subscribe down below and share this with your friends because I'm just trying to share some information myself and hopefully help everybody get a little bit more fit. This is what I love to do. All right, Thanksgiving tends to be a time we overeat. Listen, I'm the same as anybody else out there. I tend to want to overeat on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? I like a lot of food. People pile their plates up. I am no different. I have done it many times. I've eaten too much for Thanksgiving. However, I have found a couple little tricks that I use on Thanksgiving weekend to help me minimize the calorie levels that I'm taking in, because quite often you can go bananas, right? You just eat too much food, eat, and next thing you know, you feel sick. You've blown the last 5 days of calorie deficit you've been in. You screw things all up just by making, one bad decision. So how do you do that? I have found some tricks that I have found have worked well for me over the years so I don't overeat, I don't go crazy. Number 1, first trick, do not starve yourself all day. So if you're having Thanksgiving dinner at 2, 3, 4, 1, whatever the time you're having it, when you're having it, do not starve yourself beforehand. Now, this seems like it is a good idea. When you're talking calories, people are like, well, if I don't eat any calories during the day, then maybe I've basically bankrolled myself, right? If I can have 2,000 calories in a day, I don't eat anything until 4, and then I just stuff my face, isn't that better, right? Seems like it would be, but the problem with that becomes, again, you're super hungry. The hungrier you are, the more you're going to overeat. You will stuff yourself more when you are super hungry than when you're just, kind of hungry. Have you ever gone to the grocery store and just been starving? And you go to the grocery store and you buy stuff, and you come home, and after you eat, the next day or even that day, and you look at the food you bought and you think, what? Why am I buying that? Why? I don't even like that stuff. Those are decisions you make when you're hungry because you get stupid. The hunger takes over your brain. Logically, you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that, but you do it anyway because you're hungry and you're dying to get something in. It's never a good idea to make decisions hungry, just like it's a bad idea to make decisions mad, just like it's a bad idea to have some drinks and you think somebody's super hot at the end of the night at a bar. Turns out they're not so hot later on, right? Everybody's seen that when you're like, whoa, wait a second, I thought you were way better looking than you are. Okay, you make bad decisions when you're in an altered state. Alcohol puts you in an altered state, but so does food. If you're hungry, you'll make some bad decisions. If you're tired, you make bad decisions. Angry, bad decisions. So, best way to guarantee better decisions and putting yourself in a better headspace is eat normally up to your Thanksgiving meal. Eat a normal amount of food. You get into it, you're not starving. Well, guess what? Then you have much more of a likelihood not to do something horribly stupid and overeat like a crazy person come the Thanksgiving meal. That's number 1. Number 2, load up on the protein. If you are eating, and most of us are eating turkey, those of us who are vegetarian out there or, whatever, vegan out there, I understand, but you have protein options in your food, hopefully. I mean, you do need protein. We all need protein. It's important. Protein's the building block of every cell in the body. So we need protein. Load up on the protein. That means more turkey, less on the mashed potatoes with gravy. Why? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It's about calories. The turkey is going to make you more full with fewer calories. The stuffing and butter and potatoes with gravy poured all over it, higher fat count. Fat has more calories than carbohydrates and protein. It just does. There is 4 grams of protein per gram, 4 calories rather, per gram of protein. There are 4 calories geez, I keep messing this up. 4 calories per gram of carbohydrates, but when you get to fat, there's 9 calories per gram of fat. So if you're loading up on the fat and you have a pile of mashed potatoes this big smothered in, butter and gravy, guess what? You are upping your calorie level. So load up on the protein and load up on the vegetables. Put lots of vegetables in there. I would rather see you eat lots of vegetables and lots of protein and go back on the fat, because that way you will feel more satiated. You'll be full. You can eat way more of something like turkey and vegetables, feel really full, and have eaten fewer calories. So the trick is stay or try to minimize. I'm not saying you have to stop. You can have it. Look, I expect you to eat everything that is there, but load up on the protein, which is the turkey usually, and load up on the vegetables, and then go a little lighter on the fatty stuff. That's the second one. Number 3, when it comes to, number 3, I keep doing the number 3 like that. Does not mean I'm racist, doesn't mean I'm into white supremacy, it's just the way I do it. I keep trying to stop. I didn't even know that was a racist thing until just recently. Somebody was kind enough to tell me. Thank you for that, by the way. So number 3, whatever. A different 3 than I normally do. Okay, number 3, simple one. Everybody tends to have seconds, right? You tend to want to say, okay, I'm going to have seconds. Eat slower. That is number 3. If you eat slower, you will give your body a chance to figure out if it's full or not. If you are shoveling it in like a lunatic, guess what? Your body doesn't have a chance to catch up and figure out that you're full, and then guess what? You will overeat. Those are facts. So if you go a little slower, you get a better response out of it. It really is. You get a much better situation because you will have gone slower. You'll enjoy your food more. Heck, chew it. You don't have to inhale it. I tend to be a quick eater. I've been a trainer a long time, and lots of times I have to eat fast between clients. I got into that, but for Thanksgiving dinner, talk to your family. Have conversations. Go slow. Enjoy your food. Do that stuff. Because if you go slower, you will tend to eat less. That will stop you from having a second plate that is just as big as the first. And I'm going to throw in a bonus one for number 4. Here's a bonus option. If you are going for a second plate, make it a quarter the size of what you did in the first one. Why do you do that? Well, A, fewer calories. But B, when you load it back up a second time because you're like, wow, that was so good, I need more. And you load it up, and then what happens? You get like a quarter of the way done, and you're saying, wow, I am really full. I'm starting to feel a little ill. But it's Thanksgiving. I should eat. And what do? You continue to eat. You'll finish what's on your plate. Lots of us have been conditioned to eat what's on our plate. We just do because we think, our parents told us clean the plate. We've been heard that our whole lives. So when we have a plate, we don't want to throw it out. We don't want to put it away. We don't want it for leftovers. We're just like, yep, clean that plate. Well, guess what? When you clean the plate, that means you're going to overeat. So on the first meal, if you're going, or the first platter, I should say, rather, so the first plate you have of food, load up on the protein and stuff, etc. Eat it. Give yourself a minute. Go slow. Don't rush. Second one, a quarter. Maybe even less. Maybe a fifth. Maybe even a fifth would be better, but less. Don't go the same amount. Don't go half. Go like a quarter or a fifth. Eat that slowly and see how you feel. Usually at that point, you'll be like, wow, I am really full. I'm pretty good now. I can stop. Look, in the end of the day, it just comes down to making wise decisions, smart decisions, not going crazy, not getting wild and saying, I'm going to eat everything I get my hands on. Slow it down. Make good decisions, and you will be happier because you won't overeat all that food. You'll feel better. You'll probably have a much better Thanksgiving. It's simple. These are just some simple tricks, really, that I've learned over the years where it helps me minimize the number of calories I have, and I still get to enjoy Thanksgiving. And that's the important thing, is enjoying Thanksgiving with your family. You have comments, questions, things you want me to talk about, write them up. Somebody said to me the other day, Devin, you got any tips for Thanksgiving? And I said, I'll make a video on it. So here it is. There's the video on it. So, comment, questions, whatever, write them up down below. I would love to hear from you. Please hit that subscribe and the like button and share this with your friends. We're trying to help people get more fit out here. I would love to help you get more fit. I'd love to help your friends get more fit. Listen, it doesn't cost anything. YouTube is free, right? Click on it, guys. I'm happy to help you out. Have yourself an amazing day, everybody, and don't fight the awesome.